asked a lot, how do you build your business and what system should I follow? And here too, we've studied lots of the millionaires from this industry and discovered that even whether they realize it or not, they all followed a very duplicatable system that anyone can. And here's what all their systems have in common. If you follow this and follow it enough times, you'll have overwhelming success in your business as well. Number one, we check for interest. By the way, the system only has 5 steps to it, so I'll just share what they are. Number one, we check for interest. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. Obviously, if you ran an ad and someone calls you on it, that's the interesting thing. They're interested, they called you. But more commonly, it's calling up somebody and saying, hey, if someone came up and the money were right, you'd take a look, wouldn't you? Hey, John, do you know anyone who'd like to make more money? Sure. Mm-hmm. Or Susan, when I talk about health and nutrition, who's the first person who comes to mind to you? Probably him. And that question I've grown to like, who's the first one that comes to mind. If I were looking for 3 people in that who are really good at making money at stuff, who's the first 3 that you can think of? Is one of them you? All right. Would you look over some information if I shot it over to you? Sure. Okay, good. So these are all interest-checking kinds of questions. Rebecca, do you watch movies? Have you seen the Discovery movie yet? I'm paid a little bit over $200 if you watch the Discovery movie and you like it. So if they say yes to that in any way, then step number 2 is information. Step number 2 is the information step. And it might have multiple pieces in it. But for some people, it's as quick as they watch the movie and they're in. They just call you back or you call them and saying, their question is, what's in the Paysetter pack? And so on. Other people will say, well, I watched the movie and I'd love more information about the products. Or I want more information about how the compensation plan works. And then so we go to the next information step, which might be another tool that you give them. Why don't you listen to Dr. Daria Davidson? She's got a good way about her on that one. Or it might be bringing them to a meeting like this. Hey, you know what? It's a great question. We're getting together in the morning at Starbucks, and John Hauser is doing a talk there. It'll be great. Why don't you go along and get it going? The information step is never you just trying to answer everything. Because all of a sudden you go to this big Q&A thing, and their reaction is, wow, you're awesome, and I could never do what you do, and that looks really hard and time-consuming. And I've had people who say, you've been in this thing for 2 years. Can't you just answer all this for me? No, I only work 4 hours per week, and what you're asking for is going to take all 4. I use this word a lot of people. I say, well, how our system works is we have tools that explain those things. So I'm going to have you go online to testimonyinfo.com and look that up. That'll take you probably 20 minutes. Why don't I call you after dinner? So get draconian in your efficiency there. Step number 3, call it the 3-way. Introduce them to someone else on your team. Whether it's your upline, whether it's someone in your organization, whether it's just a friend that you met at another meeting, you collected their phone number. And the way that I do this is most frequently on the phone is a 3-way phone call. And I don't make a big deal out of it. I don't say, hey, you seem pretty serious. You know what we're going to do next? We're going to do a 3-way. No, I just go, tell you what. Which has a whole...
That was good, but that's the way it gets treated a lot of times.
So I go, hey, that's a great question. Tell you what, let me get my friend Corey on the phone. He's awesome at this business and he's easy to talk to. Stay right there. And I flash my phone, I dial in Corey, jumping back, and then say, hey, Corey, here's so-and-so, and here's so-and-so, here's Corey. Corey's good at it. John, me, Susan, Rebecca, all of us know how to do it. We just say, hey, what's your question? Number 4, enroll them. Just get them signed up. Don't make a big deal about this either. It's not a big deal. It's just one order of guaranteed stuff. Why don't we get some products coming your way? What sounded like the best way to get started? Oh, what were they again? You had this or this or this. Whatever they tell you, just go with it. Help them get some products and get started in becoming a product of the products. I mean, again, it's totally guaranteed. Empty bottle, they can send it back. So help them work to that. Number 5 is support. And by support, I just really mean helping your new person get pointed to and plugged into all those things on that resource sheet. When someone joins our organization, Rebecca and I send out a resource sheet. I know, John, you do too. Point to where the support is and help them take advantage of it. Set an appointment with them. Say, hey, tonight we got the call at 9:30, and why don't I call you at 9:25 and just three-way you on to the national call. It'll be done by 10 o'clock, and if you have any questions, maybe we can get Corey on the line, or Greg, or Susan, these kinds of things. So just do that. So support doesn't mean you sort of taking over their life and trying to teach them everything. It just means making sure that they know where stuff is. Here's what Eddie has taught us. If you can go to bed at night knowing that everybody in your organization has your cell phone number and knows where on the internet they can get the information that they need, you should be able to sleep just fine. And then spend your days on your productive areas, talking to people and working with your most productive people. So that is the system, and it works in a circle. In fact, I liked it better when I drew it the other day as a circle. These are the 5 steps, and you will do them repeatedly in kind of a circular fashion. Obviously, not everybody gets past 1 to go to 2 or 2 to 3. But the smart networkers always know where they are with every single person. Are they still in the information stage? Are they back here in the introducing them to their partners kind of stage? And so on. And if you're wondering what is the difference between the person who earns $100 a month and the person who earns $100,000 a month, it's that top earner just ran more people through these 5 steps of the system. They did more of them than the person who was earning less. So the exciting thing about that is this too. If you're earning less than you'd like to now, just know that if you follow these 5 steps with more people, you'll get to the very top too. Thank you.